Welcome back, family and friends, gamers, and cat lovers. I'm Rod Hunt, one half of Team R2OTube, and this time I'm back with my first ever Armored Core video. Before Monster Hunter, the series I was absolutely hooked to was Armored Core. Even to the point where the boys would bring 2 PlayStations and 2 TVs to one house and face off. I played from its inception up until Silent Line, and then it was gone. Not that they stopped making games in the series. Well, eventually stopped. But they still released several more titles after Silent Line, and for some reason, I just lost interest in playing it. Now, it could have been because I may have gotten tired with the game's direction. When game developers keep releasing the same game, well, not the same game, but games with the same title, and they just do visual upgrades and quality of life changes, I could lose interest rather quickly. I call this the MADDEN effect. I'm not going to get too much into it. Maybe I'll make a video about that someday where I go in more depth. But for now, briefly, anyone who's played Madden knows it's the same game every year with visual and gameplay upgrades. Now, even though I can remember seeing that in Armored Core, I don't think that's why I stopped playing. What I think I want to attribute that to is the MAYO effect. What is the MAYO effect? Mayonnaise. I used to put it on everything, including all over a driver's side rear passenger window of a friend's car, drunk beyond all belief after a Metallica concert. That's also another video for another time. Anyway, I don't eat mayo anymore. I mean, if it's served on food, I will still eat it, but I don't desire it anymore. And I don't know why. Something I loved so much just left me. And that's what I think happened with Armored Core. But unlike mayonnaise, it never really crosses my mind. Armored Core, however, does from time to time. I look back fondly on the game series, and I always think about the Armored Core game I wanted to see, but we never got. I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you're probably familiar with Armored Core. But if not, I'll read the first paragraph from Wikipedia to get you up to speed. Armored Core is a third-person shooter mecha video game series developed by From Software. The series centers on a silent protagonist who takes on work as a mercenary pilot in the far future, operating large robot combat units known as armored cores at the behest of corporate and private clients. As the player completes missions for these clients, they gain credits to improve their armored core and unlock further opportunities to make money. Some games include an arena mode, which the player fights other armored core pilots in head-to-head battles, which can reward the player with further income or prestige. Now, I have a feeling that the arena and online multiplayer, where mechs battle it out, is probably the more popular route most fans may have wanted to go. But the Armored Core game I always wanted was a living game where we are all playing the story online. Though I don't mean co-op, but I would include that as well. What I'm talking about is making Armored Core a choose-your-own-adventure game, if you will. As you know, we are mercenaries that pilot giant mechs. We take up contracts ranging from security to retrieval to launching an offensive on another corporation's property. Now, there's also the arena. And while those arena mech battles, like I just mentioned, may have caught the attention of most players, what excited me the most was when I went out on a sortie thinking it was another ho-hum security detail. But it turned out that another Armored Core pilot had taken up a contract from a competing corporation to destroy the facility I was guarding. This is the Armored Core game I always wanted to see. Let me paint the picture a little more. It's a game where the story throws out multiple contracts from corporations and private clients, right? And we select one each time. But just know that the opposing contract you didn't pick up may have been picked up by a living player somewhere else in the world. So there may or may not be a confrontation on your next mission. And just like games like Mass Effect, Knights of the Old Republic, or Chrono Trigger, Depending on what choices you make, what contracts you pick up, or what corporations you choose to support, these will all have an effect on your game's story, putting you on a certain path in the game, which will lead you to a specific ending, which means there will be multiple endings, encouraging multiple playthroughs. And that is the Armored Core game I've always wanted. Now it's your turn to tell me what you wanted to see, or what is your favorite Armored Core, or anything about Armored Core. Post it in the comment section. I love reading about other people's experiences with games. Or hey, if you made a video about it, post it in the comment section so we can all watch it. And as always, thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing. Like live gameplay? I have a streaming channel here on YouTube, Brizzle Squiggle. I haven't started streaming any Armored Core, or I don't have a set schedule. I use it mostly just to document my gameplay, but if you like surprises and you want to hang out, go ahead and stop by and subscribe.